teachers! Today we're going to revisit a video I did almost 10 months ago. It was my very first video on looking alive in class, and it's been viewed about 9,000 times. The entire video was on looking alive in class, and I included a lot of tips on waking up early and morning routine and things like that that would help you look alive. The most popular parts of the video have definitely been on the lighting and the makeup. And these happen to be the two categories in which I've learned the most. So here I am, 10 months later, the updated makeup and lighting video, and I'll tell you what I've learned along the way. Let's go! So this kind of lighting is really a starting place for a lot of teachers who don't have experience with lighting a classroom. They turn on their overhead lights, and so this is where a lot of people start, and frankly a lot of people stop here. But that's not going to be good enough for us. So what we did in addition to the overhead light is we got some light that we pointed more directly at our face. And let's see what that looks like. So this is what you can expect if you add a light to your overhead light. If you remember, I thought this was pretty good. This looks so much better than just the overhead light. But then I got a comment on an evaluation where they said that there were some shadows on my face. And I didn't really see the shadows, but after I looked, I could tell that there were just some places that weren't illuminated as well as they could be. And that's when I got my light stand, and I'll show you what that looks like. So this light stand has three lights which I positioned to shine on me from three angles. So I have one kind of at my face and two kind of coming from the side. And this cross lighting eliminates a lot of shadows. So let's see what it looks like with three light sources in addition to the overhead light. So that's the difference with the three lights, and you can tell it's filling those dark places that I had before. You'll still see some shadows around your neck, and that's going to be almost unavoidable unless you get some more professional lighting. So here's the difference between the light stand and the studio lighting. The studio lighting is not as warm. I do feel like it's more evened out throughout the room. I've started really using this a lot. It's dependable and it's consistent, so I don't have to adjust my lights and move things around. But it's up to you. It really isn't making that big of a difference if you don't want to invest in it. I might say it may save your eyes just a little bit more because it does have a screen that you can put over it. So that's another factor you can consider. So I'm back to my regular three light stand now, not studio lighting, and we'll continue the video with this lighting so you can see what I do with my makeup. Makeup is not really a strong point for me in my actual life or in my professional life, so I always think it's funny when people say, "Oh, you're the reason I wear lipstick." I don't really wear lipstick that much. I have a tendency to have my lipstick creep into the corners of my mouth and slide around on my face, and it also tends to disappear after a while, but I do wear it faithfully in class. And the reason that I wear it in class is because it defines my mouth and it makes me look more alive. And these two things are very important. If we're showing a child how to form sounds with our mouths, they need to be able to really see that clearly. And then the other thing is that it's going to make me look more alive, to have some color on my face. The thing about makeup for camera is that it needs to be bolder and brighter than it is in everyday life because it doesn't translate on the camera. So this is a very, very bright red lipstick, dark red. I'm going to try my best not to turn into a makeup consultant or a marketer right now, but this lipstick does not creep around on my face, and it also stays on all through class. Tabitha, one of our fellow teachers, sent me this, and she sells it. So I'm going to include her link because thank you, Tabitha, you fixed my lips. Okay, so you want your lipstick to be extra dark, and you also want to have on a lot of blush. So this is me with blush already. Like I mentioned before, the camera just really dulls that makeup. I've talked to a lot of teachers since I made the last video about makeup. Some of the teachers have told me that they're having a difficult time finding the amount of makeup that looks right in class. They say when they put it on in front of the mirror and then they come to the classroom that it looks really different. I noticed that too, and I decided if I'm putting on my makeup for the camera, why don't I just put it on camera? So before I start class, I just open my webcam, not in the classroom. So whatever I'm seeing is what will be seen in class. So I'm gonna put on right now the amount of makeup that I think looks good on camera, and it will not look good off camera. So just remember that when you go outside. So I'm putting on a lot. You can see I'm not blowing this off or anything, but I feel like it gives me the color to look awake and alive. Last time I didn't talk about anything else, but these are my normal looking eyebrows, and I have realized that for facial expression, I need to accentuate them more in the classroom. They, for some reason, wash out in the camera, just like everything else. So I do add some color to my eyebrows as well, just for expression. And I do that on camera as well. And believe me, when I go out, this looks very dark. So you don't want to leave it on for when you go out. So that's what I add to my already regular makeup. I just add brighter lipstick, more blush, and I add some eyebrow pencil. And I do it on camera. All of this gets my face looking pretty much similar on camera to what I look like normally out on the street. Another thing I've learned since I made the previous video on lighting and makeup is that a webcam makes a big difference. I was using my built-in webcam, and then I started reading some things that said that an external webcam would make a difference. And so I thought I would just buy one and try it out, and it does make a big difference on lighting. So you're going to ask what kind it is. Again, I'm not trying to do a commercial, but it looks like this. Kind of just perch it there. And it's a Logitech something, but I don't think it's real important what brand it is. I just think that the built-in webcams are very basic. So let's look at the difference between the built-in webcam and what it does for the lighting, which is right now. And let's compare that to the external webcam. This is the difference between the built-in webcam and the external webcam. And I'm telling you, I just got kind of a cheap one off of Amazon. I think it cost about $60, which is a lot of money, but for something that made this much difference in the clarity in my classroom and in my facial features and everything, I think it's definitely worth it. My lighting is stellar now, and this is what you'll see me using in all of my videos. You might also find that you might want a little bit lighter lipstick with the external webcam, because remember, I put this on when I had the internal webcam running. So that tip about putting on your makeup using the camera you're going to use in class is very important, because it all interprets differently. So just get into your classroom lighting, use the camera you're going to use, and put on your makeup in that lighting. So let's recap what we've learned. Don't just have an overhead lighting because it casts shadows. Get some lighting that will provide various light sources near your face to eliminate the shadows. The cross lighting is a great idea for this. Let's lift up our laptops so that we're looking at them rather than down at them, because this even helps more to eliminate shadows. It lifts our faces and makes us look younger. Do your makeup on camera, make it brighter than you would when you're going out in public, and accentuate the features that you'll be using to express yourself and to show how to form those sounds in the classroom. And maybe experiment with an external webcam. If you're like me, when you treat yourself, it's to classroom props and materials. So maybe this will be your next gift to yourself to improve your classroom. I highly recommend it. That's my update on lighting and makeup, what I've learned in 10 months, and I hope it's helpful for you. Thanks for watching. See you next time. High five. Bye. Hey, Worm. Hello. Did you know that by liking a video, you actually promote it so that other teachers can see it and learn from it? No, I didn't know that. Well, it does.